Welcome to episode number 5. Today, my topic is your understanding of God determines your message to other people. Do you think of God as an angry God? As a God who's ready to just hit you in your head, let lightning and thunder come and hit you? Or is your understanding of God as a compassionate Father who loves His children? That was the picture Jesus projected when he talked about the prodigal son, and when he came back from the pig pen, and he came back to his father's house and was welcomed by open arms and a loving father. Bible says about Jesus met a woman at a well in Samaria. This woman had had many affairs with men, and 5 she had. And the one she had now was another woman's husband. So Jesus asked her, where is your husband? Where's your man? She said, I had none. And Jesus said, well, okay, you spoke correctly, because you have had 5, and the one you are living with now is not yours. So she was flabbergasted. It was a shock effect. But you can say something that is true without killing people. So the woman, there was something in the tone, in the atmosphere of the words of Jesus that didn't make her feel condemned, but she felt understood and loved. So they had a long conversation, and Jesus said, if you drink of the water from this well, you will thirst again, but I have water to give you that will give you life in your heart, on the inside, and you will never thirst again. And it seems like this woman opened up her soul, her spirit, and received what Jesus offered her, living water. So she ran into the town where everybody hated her. Of course they did. She has picked husbands and lovers here and there. So she went in and the shame was gone. You know, when you meet with Jesus, you're not left with shame. If you meet with people who have a different understanding of God, their message and what they are conveying for you to understand is a completely different message. You will be left with condemnation, with feeling that you're not worthy, that you're not good, you're not even worthy of the love of God. But something gave her a new mindset, a new life. So she ran into her village and said, I've met one man. He has told me everything I've done. I think he is the Messiah. And everybody was running out to meet with Jesus at the well. And they heard him speaking. They would spend time with him. And when their time came to return back to their village, they turned to the lady and they said to her, no, we believe, not because what you told us, but we have for ourselves, we have heard and we believe that he is the Messiah. I paraphrase it a little bit. In the Old Testament, we find a general in the army from Syria. He was the highest rank of officers in the military, but he was a leper. He had this terrible disease, contagious like hell, and it required isolation and quarantine for life, because leprosy was terrible. So his social circles had kind of died out because he couldn't be in touch with other people. But in his household there was a housemaid, a Jewish girl, a Jewish young girl. She saw the scenario that had outplayed over time. And he had tried everything, doctors and whatnot. Nothing had helped him. But one day he said to this general, and Naaman was his name. He said to Mr. Naaman, in my hometown in Israel, there is a prophet. And miracles happen left and right where he is. He is famous all over the place because he's a man of God. Why don't you make a trip? It's not a very long one, but make a trip, cross the border, go to Israel and find this man. He lives there and there. So he was reluctant, but he went. He took some people with him and some security and with him, and he went there. To make a long story short, the prophet spoke words to him. He obeyed those words, and he came back to his town healed from leprosy. The Bible says his skin was like the skin of a newborn baby, beautiful, soft, nice. So why do I tell you this story? Because this housemaid, this Jewish young lady, she had an understanding of God as a God of love, compassion, a God who cares, a God who heals, a God who restores, a God who gives you a new chance in life again. Whoever God is to you, that is what will be brought through you. Who God is to you is the God you share with others, the God that is exposed through you. Your understanding, and when I say yours, I say mine, our understanding of God influences how we speak to people. We hear that from the pulpits. People are preachers, pastors, priests. Sometimes we see them, they are so hard against other people. They are so hard against the sinners. They are condemning people to hell. Yeah, okay. That's their understanding of God. Our understanding of God influences how we see other people and influences our message. If we see God through the life of Jesus, because Jesus said, if you see me, you have seen the Father. I do only what he tells me to do, and I speak only the words he tells me to speak. So if you have seen me, he is the 100% correct exposure and explanation, the picture of God as our Father. When you hear him, you get a message of hope and a message of grace from the pulpit also. So for you and me, let us develop a full picture of God who heals and cares. Your understanding of God will change your experience with everyone around you. That's the thing. Your understanding of God, the way you see God, will change your experience also with other people. Thank you. We have one more episode.